We are live, JD.
Boom.
Live from the NCAA floor where you know what the thing about this round and the rounds to come, it's like you're going to see a movie, but you know the movie's going to be good, but you don't know anything what the movie's going to be about. And that's the way it was for this quarterfinal session. Got started with a bang. In this show, we're going to go over everything that went down, top side. We're going to set up the round of 12. And really, the NCAA finals is incredible, but I think most people view Friday night as the premier night in the entire sport. You've got the semifinals and the blood round all happening at the same time. Just an incredible, incredible theater. So we're going to go weight by weight. We're going to go through championship side, then go through the consolation side, every single weight class. And at 125, got started with a bang with both the top two seeds going down.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Right away. I mean, Sheldon Seymour, kind of shocking the country, shocking the arena, maybe
Yes.
the biggest pop.
It was
session one.
It was crazy. And I think, as the match goes on and these kind of things happen, you start to feel like, man, maybe Luke won't get this. And then Sheldon got a pretty quick escape. It was 12 seconds. He honestly could have got away earlier. But in regulation, it was Luke obviously was in on the attacks, was close to a score. And he did the opposite of the thing we kind of been praising him for. He gets to rear standing against all these guys. And normally he stops the roll and he kind of lets it go and they roll and he catches them. This time, for whatever reason, he stayed behind. The guy rolled. Seymour caught the ankle and was able to stop that position. And ultimately not getting that takedown really kind of cost him.
Going into this match, we were talking about it and you were like, hey, Seymour wrestled him tough in the duel. And I was kind of like, yeah, but that was early season Luke. Luke's different now. And
I felt the same way. I just was noting that it happened. I really didn't think in any way that was going to happen. So Sheldon Seymour could be taking on Vincent Robinson in that topside semi. Vincent got the only takedown against Dean Peterson, and then Eddie Ventruska, Jet Strickenberg. That was a match that could have went either way. Both guys were in, narrowly missing scores throughout that match before in overtime, Ventruska got the job done.
That one surprised me a little bit. Jet was hot. I thought he could maybe,
I did too,
make a really deep run. And then especially with Luke Little going down, you're like, whoa, Jet's got a shot at even winning this whole thing because this bracket kind of just got blown up.
Yeah.
But Ventruska has just been gritty all tournament.
Gritty. He's gritty, tough. And then Spratley takes out Matt Ramos, the 2 seed. He got that early takedown, and really that was all he needed. It was a pancake type of, Ramos shot the double. He pancaked him, almost held him on his back. It was a very problematic situation. Ramos rolls through for the 3, and just like that, it's Ventruska versus Troy Spratley, and that was a beatdown for Troy Spratley at the duel.
Yeah, and if you are only taking the data from this tournament, Troy Spratley is probably the pick.
Really?
I mean, he has been the one that has impressed me the most. Robinson needed a last-second controversial takedown over McGowan, who ended up losing today on the backside to Not All-American, and 2 stall points, a couple seconds before that. Seymour has obviously been a tough match. Ventruska,
I guess he is the pick.
Right? But, but here's the thing with Troy. He's a roller coaster.
He is a little bit.
And he's up.
Hey.
And it's kind of like, is the down performance...
They're not going to admit it, but they got to be thrilled that Jet did not win that match.
Right.
He's 0-2 against Jet.
Exactly.
And you mollywopped Eddie last time around. Now listen to these round of 12s. Dylan Peterson versus Steve O'Poulin. Luke Lillidahl versus Nicolas Rivera. Trevor Anderson, holy cow, against Matt Ramos.
Trevor Anderson, who he didn't end up pinning. Did he pin Richie?
Yeah,
he did.
Actually, no, he didn't. He actually pinned him twice. They just didn't. They inexplicably did not call it, but he did win.
Yeah.
And then everyone was hitting Richie's celly on him.
Okay, here's the thing. The front side, I think it's okay.
Second round wrestleback's not the move.
Second round wrestleback, when you got to win 2 more to A, when Richie's been there and done that, and now you're both meeting on the backside.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the move.
Yeah.
It lost a little bit of luster, especially after you're the second guy to do it in the tournament.
That was crazy. And then Caleb Smith, Jet Strickenberger. Oh my gosh, that's the toughest blood round
yes,
match
it is.
for sure. Holy cow. All right, that's 125. Great weight.
Mentioning Caleb Smith, Can we just speak a minute on Nebraska?
We should.
Because holy
They
cow.
balled out. They did what I said they have not done, which is show up on this day in this session. And I can't do anything but praise the team, the effort, what they did. And it always felt like they had the talent. They had the guys that could do something like this. But to see it all come together, and it's just not, they got 4 in the semis, but they, Caleb Smith's still battling. I think Van D, let me look here. Van D is in the round of 12. So that's
again in a winnable match against Rini.
Absolutely winnable. He's probably beaten him this year. Then you've got Brock Hardy, Ridge Lovett, Antrell Taylor, Chris Minto, all in the semis. Lenny Pinto still alive. Silas Allred will wrestle in the round of 12. Camden McDaniel in the round of 12. So they all made it to this point. It's now there's gonna be some sadness probably tonight just because it eventually, but it still getting those guys on the podium. They are
can't lose in the blood round if you win in the quarterfinals.
That's true. That's true. And so they're like most teams, they've got a little bit of actually not like most teams, but teams in that position. You got some in the semi, some in the blood round, and they are in good position to bring home second.
There for a minute. They even put Kale on the hot seat as they jumped Penn State.
They did.
After
did. Yeah.
Was it the Hardy win? Or was the Minto?
Minto.
It was after the Minto win.
I mean, Chris Minto. I mean, I'm interviewing this guy. I'm like, who? All right, correct me if I'm wrong. You weren't starting. He's like, yeah, I was not the starter 2 months ago. Now you're in the NCAA semifinals. I mean, that's culture. That's belief. That's a lot of things, and you can't do anything but tip your cap to Nebraska for the job they're doing. And Ridge gave it to me a little bit in the interview. And I loved it. I loved it. Gary, I think Gary
alley-ooped him.
Gary alley-ooped. He set me up cold-blooded. And then, Gary, the legend for USA Wrestling, is like, yeah, no one gives Nebraska love for whatever reason. And then Ridge gives a little points right at me. But it was all in. Ridge is awesome, and I appreciated how he handled that. Behind us right now, actually, not behind us, in front of us, but behind you. They're creating the world famous dog bone formation. Only dogs allowed to wrestle in this round.
That's true.
Okay. We were gonna do 133.
Back to 133.
And then we did Nebraska Radio Live. But
yes.
we'll be talking more Huskers for sure. Lucas Bird looking pretty good. Back to back. He had that scare in round 1. And then he's
woke him up.
All right, I should just major him, and then it's not even stressful. And that's what he did. He majored Braden Davis, and then Seth Romney. He really cruised against Rini. Fugit is kind of the surprise there.
Yeah.
Semifinals for Wisconsin. Pin McGonigal. He was all over him. That was really impressive. And then Drake Ayala. Caleb Piles was nervous about this one. He said, man, this looks like the 2 best guys in the bracket. He thought Buzakis looked great, and he did. But then Drake just kind of drilled on him. 23-10 major decision. That's amazing.
Drake is looking great. He's a takedown machine.
He really is. He really is.
Fugit, I kind of had him circled as a dark horse.
Yes.
Not to the semis. He has had I think he was like 500 or something coming into here. He was a guy, good high school recruit, picked up a nice couple wins.
Had a nice start to the year.
Yeah, but especially, even at Big Tens, took some not so great losses, but sometimes, especially I feel like with freshmen, that they can kind of
put it together,
figure it out, get hot. You kind of know who a guy is by the time he gets to be 4th, 5th, 6th year.
Kind of did it the hard way too. He's the 14 seed. He goes through number 3, Bailey, and number 6, McGonigal to get to this point. But now I think he's going to need to pin Drake Ayala.
I think in my preview, I previewed 133. I said, I like this guy. I think he has potential. But when you have that draw, did not expect him to win that first round. And then when you lose first round, it's a tough long road back. So I wasn't predicting this from him, but had tip to him.
This round of 12 is crazy. Rini versus Van D. Braden Davis, Evan Frost.
Bailey didn't even make it.
No, Bailey got knocked off by Frost. Knox versus Buzakis. Buzakis smashed him at Vegas. And then Dylan Shawver, Connor McGonigal. Round of 12. Those are savage round of 12 matches.
Yes, they are.
Very fun. For the team race implication, you want to see how Van D does. And there's no team race with Penn State, but you got him wrestling there. Buzakis for Ohio State. As we look to 141, And what happened there? We had Brock Hardy continues to absolutely cruise. He goes major tech pin to the semis. He's going to have Cale Happel, who survived Josh Coderhant. Now, I would say he was never really under threat. Actually, he kind of was. Happel had Coderhant single leg up in the air, and then it was one of those positions where like he had Coderhant's butt on the mat, like it was like imminent takedown, and somehow he freaking rolled out of it, got out of the danger, and didn't give up a takedown. But Happel still managed to get it done at in that quarterfinal, making it. But I think the story of 141 is as good as Brock Hardy has been. I think it's the return to form from Jesse Mendez. And I was nervous about this, coming into this
You
tournament.
said Jesse wasn't himself.
I didn't think he was. And
He
I
hadn't been.
I feel like that last month, I'm like, all right, man, I'm just trying to respond to what I'm seeing. And it looked different to me. And it once again looks different the other way, right? It looks like, if I'm repicking this, I'm probably picking Jesse. No takebacks now. I've already made my NCAA predictions, but I didn't expect this. He goes tech in the first round, but that's the 30 seed. Okay. 11-2 over Limley, and then 17-5 over Vance Von
Never
Bar.
close.
He was all over him early and just didn't stop.
So what do you think? Pick off Bartlett?
I'm not jumping off, but Bartlett's just steady as he goes. He's got 4-2, 4-1, 5-0.
This is going to be a one exchange match.
It has to be, right?
It's a coin flip. Who wins the exchange this time?
Yeah. I don't know.
They feel as close to 50-50 as you can be in a rivalry.
Yeah. Yeah. I picked Bo, last week. I'm going to stick with it, but yeah, it is
jumping ship.
Huh?
I'm kind of jumping ship.
I wouldn't be mad.
Mendez, he looks
I'll throw
possessed.
you a life vest. Honestly, yeah. I would put up no further financial investment into this. Jesse just looks like the guy.
It looks like how he did last year. But again, Bo could just do both things. Jesse could go crazy but lose that exchange, not get that roll through or something like that. And even on his best day, Mendez is capable of losing to Bo Bartlett.
Yeah, I think so. And I think on a down day, he can also beat Bo Bartlett.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They truly feel 50-50.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's unbelievable.
Hey, this top semi.
Yeah.
Do I make you nervous when I say Hardy is 1-3 against Happel, and that one win came in 2022?
Matchups matter for sure. I rewatched the Hardy Happel match from this year, and it was, Hardy. It was a one exchange match really for Cale. He got a near side cradle for 7, and that's enough to win almost every match, and it was here. And so I don't diminish that, but it does feel like Brock Hardy has entered a different level of wrestling for himself.
He's wrestling tremendous.
And for that reason, I still think he's going to win, even though the matchup has been Cale's, and Cale's wrestling really well. It just feels like Hardy's offense, his ability to score points, I think, is the best at this weight when everything's clicking. And it's clicking right now.
I agree.
Yeah. Are AJ and I becoming best friends? So many awesome interviews with those two lately. We work well together. What can I say? No, AJ, I am for all the laughs that AJ gives us and more smiles, and he is funny though. It is good to see him doing well, like personally, and to see him maturing and still in that process. Now these round of 12s are crazy at 141. You've got Coderhant versus Jamison. Jamison battling back, winning 2 straight. He got a pin and a tech. These guys can kind of get hot. Yeah, Brody Wrestlers can get a shout out. Coderhant's going to slow it down a little bit. Dagan, he's not a guy that typically is score, but man, these last 2, maybe he is. Jacob Frost, man, can you imagine being the Frost mother right now? My gosh, they're both your boys wrestling in the round of 12, and I just can't even imagine that level of stress. He's got Sergio Limley, who battled back, making the round of 12. Dylan Chappell, CJ Composto, kind of an unlikely round of 12 matchup there. Someone, one of those East Coasters, going to get on the podium. And then Joey Oliveri of Rutgers taking on Vance Von Bar. So this is kind of a different assortment of, and really for a weight that had a pretty tight top 8. This is a little bit surprising, but you had someone like Andrew Alira as DMP, losing to Princeton. Created some openings for other guys. 49. Ridge Lovett looks really freaking good right now. He is, he's another one kind of like Brock. It's like, okay, if I could go back in time and change things, maybe I would. I'm not backing off, but Ridge looks like the best guy. After his weird 10-8 match with Cartella, he texts Ty Whalen, he majors Kanan Webster, and that match was over immediately. He got in on the leg, got the takedown, and with Ridge Lovett, a 3-0 lead, I dare say he's probably never going to lose a match where he starts up 3-0.
Especially on top with 240 in the first period.
Yes. Dylan D'Amelio looked awesome against Ethan Stiles, especially in that first period. He was hitting some fire double legs to get that finish.
Dylan D'Amelio's an easy guy to root for.
He really is.
A guy who you feel like has really put in his time at Ohio State. He seems like a hard worker, hard hill lunch pail guy. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but just tough, gritty, hard worker. You really feel good for a guy like that.
You see, and you watch it. The staff loves Dylan. I think they think the world of him and his work ethic. And I think for them getting him to this point, just get him feeling good. I think he didn't wrestle at Vegas. They were, what is he going to benefit from that? And they got him to this point. And now, man, Caleb Henson he's won, but it's been tight. I mean, he went to overtime with Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams looks really good right now. That was, he could have won that match. But even the round before, Jaden Abbas was in on match tying takedowns late, a couple of them, and Henson's a winner and he wins matches. But don't be surprised if Dylan D'Amelio, Caleb Henson's a pretty tight bout. And then, of course, Van Ness Lovett is going to be sensational. It was a great match in the dual meet. I feel like Lovett needs to continue to try to score early. That's a winning recipe for him. And for Van Ness, avoid those scrambles, avoid those mat exchanges.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to beat a guy 3 times.
It is, but he's only beaten him once.
Beaten him twice, right? No, because he lost at Big Tens.
Webster.
Didn't have to beat him. You're right.
So it's going to be easy.
There you go.
It's easy to beat a guy twice. It's hard to beat a guy 3 times. I give Romney a chance over Bird. Absolutely. He's going to be big as a house tonight, too. Seth Romney is so big. How big is he? All right. Ethan Stiles versus Malik Hines, round 12. Will he get looted? Are blood rounds won or are they looted?
They might get looted.
Sparky. Hey, here we go. Here, hold on. I'm just going to give him the headset. Wait, here he is.
All right. You say anything.
What do you have to say?
Good to see you guys, first of all.
Good to see you, Shane.
What a round.
Always a great one.
I mean, Nebraska has been fantastic. I mean, it's a real great race for second with Oklahoma State. I mean, this tournament is so. I mean, I'm exhausted. And now we got the semifinals and the blood round.
So you got a long night ahead of you still.
Yeah, absolutely. But man, that's a man. It's so good. And I will say this. After I leave here, I may or may not. People are asking about what we've talked about in FRL before, about how I'm able to drink water and just keep on going. So that has not happened today yet.
No,
not one time.
You camel.
Probably not good on the kidneys. The camel.
You can go now.
Yeah.
There's no wrestling going on right now.
It is what it is. What did you guys think?
Man, I'm just Nebraska is the standout for me. I think I know Oklahoma State's right there, but a lot of people expected Oklahoma State to be right there, and Nebraska has a reputation for maybe not performing their best.
That's fair.
At the national tournament. They a lot of times perform well at Big Tens, come in high with big seeds, and maybe don't live up to the expectations that a lot of fans put on them because of the success they've had, but they are living it up to it and some.
Yeah, Nebraska's been great. So you have them in Oklahoma State, Iowa.
Little distance.
There is some distance.
Iowa's at 4th with 42, Oklahoma State in 3rd with 63 points. Hey, Panther Train.
How about Illinois?
Doing Doing good.
How about, I know they're not in the top 10, but another program that has stood out to me is Indiana.
Yes.
Indiana. Indiana's had a really nice tournament, and great to see. So, yeah, I mean, this Northern Iowa, right behind Iowa, I mean, this tournament, I know we say it like, oh, it's the greatest one ever, but I don't remember one being this good. With all the upsets, these guys are so good. I mean, yesterday at 197, last night in round 2, 23, 24, 25, 26 seeds won, and the 19 seed. Like, this tournament, quite frankly, has validated what I've always thought. When you are a 33rd seed, you are so good at wrestling, people don't get it, how good you have to be 33rd. Winning matches is hard. It's hard to win. And the other thing, too, is, and you see it within tournaments themselves, it's all about the circumstances. Sports, you've heard this rant before. Circumstances of the day, it could be circumstances of the minute. Like in this tournament, where are you mentally? Do you want to be here? How bad do you want to fight? Like, you just don't know what the guy across the line is going through. You don't know. You don't know what he's thinking. It's just hard to win here. And to get on that podium, you're a unicorn. I can't even fathom. I've said many times before, and we've gone over this a million times, but I will still use the word, to be a Division I national champion is impossible. Because it's so, I mean, if you looked at it analytically from a percentage standpoint, if you took all high school kids,
it's less than 1%.
Probably, yeah, less than 1% of high school kids wrestle Division I. So now you take the best 1%, you got to be the last man standing. Like, yeah, it's impossible.
Shane, I haven't been able to listen because I've been in venue, but I've heard good things about your partner, Trent, highly on the broadcast. How's he doing?
He's been remarkable. His ability to articulate thoughts quickly and calmly and smoothly is really good. Of course, I've worked with you guys. You guys are great, too. I mean, I just like being with wrestling people, but when you're talking about a 4-time ACC champ, 5-time All-American, 2-time finalist, like, he really, I mean, he's great. And I asked him a question earlier today. I said, if you would you exchange your 5 All-American honors? I think he wrestled 4 tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
To be a national champion one time. And I was really glad at what he said. Like, the consistency over 5 years is more impressive. I mean, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but to do that at that level for that long, not that anybody trips on a national title, but yeah, I mean, there's different factors. You lose to Aaron Brooks twice. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, there are certain guys, I mean, let's just be honest. There are certain guys that don't win national titles because of guys they lost to, like timing, so he's been great. He just knows a lot of really good stuff. And the other thing, full transparency of anybody listening, him and I we've agreed on everything. Really? The only thing that I got a new deal. You guys have both loved this.
All right.
Vote no on the push-out rule. Oh, no. College wrestling does not need a push-out rule. The wrestling on the edge at this tournament, it's fantastic. You got to be crafty. It's like a wide receiver in the NFL. I mean, I love watching. I think back at Chris Carter. Two toes inside. Guys that win on the edge. It's crafty. It's fun. I love it. Vote no on a push-out rule. Yeah. No push-out rule in college wrestling. No.
I understand. You like to reward the staller that kicks out. Yeah. You're avoiding action if you kick out of bounds.
And you nail that guy.
But they don't nail him. If they nailed him, yeah, they got to nail him.
There are some discrepancies on the edge from an officiating standpoint. I
watched Luke Lildahl get in on a single leg, and I watched Sheldon Seymour turn kick out of bounds. He stopped. You are preventing scoring. It's not defense. It's preventing scoring from happening. I think that's the difference. And I think the punishment. Here's the thing. He was in the center mat. Turn kick. He kick out of bounds. Okay, you can't reward that. It is worth it. It was smart wrestling to kick out of bounds.
Yep.
Okay, that should not be smart tactically to avoid wrestling to go out of bounds. You should not reward going out of bounds and preventing scoring. That is There's no defense for it. Shane.
What about hitting him for stalling?
That's not. It's still worth it. It's still worth because there's no points.
But
in that.
I kind of like that stuff. I mean,
No.
I don't mind it. Like it doesn't.
You don't like tough
bother me.
wrestling, Shane.
I love
you gotta
tough
stay
wrestling.
in bounds. Stay in bounds. That's tough.
But
You know what's
more-
tough? Staying in bounds
More
and fighting.
often than not, though, from a technique standpoint, when you do that, you end up giving up points. Like more often when you, Jim always tells me this, always, when you're on the edge, he goes, the guys that flee a lot of times, you give up your ankles and you get nailed.
Man, I've seen so many.
I mean,
guys.
I know exactly what
AJ
you're
kick
talking
off
about,
over there. It happens all the time.
But I just love. I would love to see a highlight reel of the edge scoring at this tournament. I'll bet it is fantastic. But I get it. I mean, I know where you're coming from. I love folk style wrestling. I do
too.
I love how gritty folk style wrestling is. I'll tell you this, and I'll give you this. I like freestyle wrestling. I love folk style. I like freestyle wrestling. Freestyle wrestling it's sexier. I like folk style wrestling. I like old pickup truck, going to chop wood, doing the hard stuff.
This is the glitz and glamour. This is the glitz and glamour.
Keeping guys down. I mean, this tournament, we always talk about, being on our feet.
Oh, man.
You want to win at this tournament, you better be good on the mat. You better be able to keep a guy down for 20 seconds. You better be able to keep a guy down for maybe 40 seconds. It's 6-7 goes. You better be able to do it. You better be able to get out from on bottom.
100.
You know what folk style wrestling is? Folk style wrestling is life. Like you're on bottom, you got to figure it out. This sport, I'll go on this rant, folk style wrestling will change your life. It's the best thing going.
I guarantee
I love it.
Yeah.
Freestyle wrestling, I'm on bottom, let's just come back. No.
I like it. I love them both. It's like, my children are different, but I love them both for their differences. I don't love Greco. I can say that. But that's not my child. That's not my child.
I mean, but I appreciate I will tell you this. If I was a folk style wrestler, if I wanted to be a Division I college wrestler, I would do Greco. Growing up. No doubt about it.
It's for a skill development.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
From a viewing standpoint, it's hard for me.
That's fair.
But no, I was just, I've been thinking, and I think we maybe even talked about this on the show, Shane, earlier this week, but there was a lot of fear about the 3-point takedown and minimizing the mat. Dude, all these matches are coming down to a 20-second escape. I mean, think about the Luke Little. I mean, I'm looking at all these ones like it's a ride out, it's an escape. These short time, 15 seconds.
Those 30-second tiebreakers are a blast.
Oh, they're insane.
Those are fun. I would throw this in, Christian. Here's something I don't like. This is something I don't like. Again, it's smart wrestling. It's tactical. I just don't like it. I'm up on you, 3-1, 15 seconds left.
You can run.
I can just run.
You really can.
I mean, I'm talking run.
Turn
and go. So that's something I don't love.
That's where I would be dangerous, Shane.
I believe it.
That
I
part.
believe it. But that's just something on the stall calls. I don't like it. I don't love it, but
yeah, that is a down. Yeah, I don't like that. But
what matches are you guys?
Oh,
I haven't even looked at the sum.
We're only at 149. I mean, we were talking about love it. Oh my gosh, we're only at 49.
197.
We're putting up the double birds. Double birds.
How great is it I will say this. I love it. I love it when he does that. I mean, when he's doing, I can say this because I'm calling it off a monitor.
Yeah.
When AJ's out there, I peek out from the monitor. I got to see it. And when he does it, I mean, the whole crowd anticipates it. He's not disrespecting his opponents.
No.
I think, and again, I have not agreed with everything AJ Ferrari has done or so whatever, but I try to give people a benefit of the doubt. People do change. I'm glad. If some of the stuff I did when I was younger, I mean, I wouldn't want to see it, right? I mean,
yeah.
I'm just about, I like where he's at.
Yeah.
I think he's come a long way, give him the benefit of the doubt, but I will say this. I love it. I mean, I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
It's like, is he going to do the splits? He's going to do the splits. There it is. Today, they put him on the Jumbotron doing the splits. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah. It's great. Wrestling, I've been saying this the last month or so. We have enough good wrestlers. We need more personalities in the sport. We're up to our ears in good wrestlers in America, in the world. They're everywhere. Personalities are what going to take us to
the haircut he's rocking. I mean, I don't know what that is exactly, but I mean,
you used to have that one.
He
Shane.
fits it. I mean, Ferrari's one of those guys that I think he'd be a fun. I think he'd be a fun teammate. I mean, I think he'd be a fun guy to have as a teammate. I have no idea, but
yeah.
But
I mean, 49 for me. This Lovett Van Ness one I think is going to be incredible because I think Lovett needs to go after it early.
Yes,
I think that's been the key for him.
I would agree. I mean, I've always thought with Ridge Lovett, you give it all you got. You bring your A game. I bring my A game. My A game's going to be better. I think Ridge Lovett, from an overall skill set standpoint, maybe in this tournament, in all positions, I think in all positions, he's up there. I think he might be the best guy here in all positions.
Better than Gable.
Well, in all positions. That's why I said that. I mean, Lovett on top, and what he did today. I mean, he took Cannon Webster, probably understandably so, after that Big Ten final came with a little bit of hope. And
he
Rich
took it away
Lovett
immediately.
Took that hope immediately, and that's almost what wrestling is. I got to, take away your will, destroy your hope immediately. That'll be a great match at 149. And I got to tell you, Caleb Henson, he's a gritty dude too, man. I mean, he finds ways to win. He's a winner. Caleb Henson's a winner.
There's no doubt about it,
guys.
Hey,
thank you. Letting me get on.
Appreciate it,
you guys. Yeah, you guys enjoy it tonight.
Yeah, he wasn't getting by here without putting on the headset for a minute. Enjoy that. Enjoy that cherry.
See you later. Absolutely.
All right, see you, buddy. All right, we had to do that. It went off the rails.
Obviously,
but we know you guys loved
folk
it.
Style push out rant in there randomly in the middle of our NCAAs, in between sessions.
I think because he associates us with what he considers a reckless perspective on the sport, and so he needs to always. He is so worried that something really bad, like that we're going to drastically change what is his Super Bowl, Christmas, and Thanksgiving all wrapped into one, and 4th of July, which it's that for me also, for the record. But always seek to improve. And then we had the classic. We both predicted this at 157. The Joey Blaze, Trevor Chumbley semi, kind of an obvious one, pretty chalk there.
Hey, for those of us who didn't abandon the Meyer ship, that pick's looking good now.
It's looking
like
good.
Your boy.
I guess he's mad at us.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why.
Oh, that hurts. But it's okay.
It was under my pick to win this year.
He was your pick to win. It was my pick to get second. And now my pick to win is now in the round of 12 because it was Tyler Kasak, who it's one of those things, Shane is he always says, like, he doesn't like to make predictions. Well, he does, but he doesn't like to make them publicly because he says it's like impossible. It's like there's no way to know. But there are certain results. There was literally nothing that would ever in the history of Earth would suggest this would happen, that Tyler Kasak would lose to Joey Blaze. There's just nothing to suggest that was about to happen, as well as Tyler was wrestling. And Joey had not wrestled poorly, but there was nothing to say, now he's going to get over the hump and beat Tyler. And he did. There was a couple matches like that where I was like, you could just never, predict that would happen. It's what makes this tournament so incredible, because this does happen every year to certain individuals.
I kind of joked earlier about, Kale being on the hot seat. That was definitely a joke, but it did feel weird seeing two Penn State number 1 seeds get upset. Mm-hmm. That is part of what makes them so good at this tournament is, for the most part, they really don't get upset.
Yeah.
They don't always obviously max out their guys, but they come pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it was a surprise to see. And, it was one of those, Kasak was in control. He was doing well. And then a late takedown swung it for Blake. And this is I was trying to think of which scenario I was thinking about. But it was a 30-second restart with Blaze and Kasak. All Tyler had to do was get away for the tie, and then they go to overtime. Riding time wasn't a factor. He couldn't get away. And it's just like, I mean, it's just cool that all the different ways you have to be good at this sport to win. Yeah. And then Chumbley, I kind of was high on Chumbley with his path here, and I didn't have him in the semis, but I thought it was kind of a soft 4, and Cannon had a really good tournament, but who knows? And then he ends up going through Hipolito and then Fish. Fish was kind of in control there. I went back to interview someone, Blaze maybe, and I didn't know who had won that match. And then I come out, and then here comes Trevor Chumbley.
Yeah.
So big win there. Antrell Taylor continues to cruise. Him versus Shapiro will be interesting for sure. And as we look at the round of 12, Fish versus Saldate, Michigan State teammates forever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now they're wrestling in the round of 12. Rumor mill is, well, Fish, this is not a rumor. This happened. Fish beat him bad at Vegas, and apparently he had kind of always had his number. Jude Swish or Tyler Kasak, definitely M2 training partners, wrestling in the round of 12. Brandon Cannon, Vinny Zerbin, and Tyler Askey, Joey Bianchi. Dang it, I got my Bianchis mixed up. That might be Maddie.
That's
Maddie. Maddie Bianchi in the round of 12. So that's that for 157. Some really fun round of 12 matches as we head to 165. Chat, what's popping? How we doing? Messenbrink 5-0 over Amin. Chris Minto. We already kind of talked about him, but he beats Bearclaw last second reversal, I think, to beat Bearclaw, who looked to have it be in the driver's seat there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy. I mean, he's going to be a big dog against Mitchell Messenbrink, but still being top 6 as a freshman, amazing.
I got to go back and rewatch, which I haven't done yet. You can on our website. The highlight of this match will be up. There was chatter of an illegal cutback potentially.
Okay.
From Mento. So
I'll
I'm not going to comment without going back and rewatching. I did not see it in real time, but.
And then we actually had chalk on the bottom side. It was 2 seed Peyton Hall overcame a first period takedown and took out Hunter Garvin, and Michael Caliendo takes out Bowman. So that was the chalk one. I think that's a close to a coin flip match. I favor Caliendo, albeit slightly.
Same. You make anything of Messenbrink 5-0?
No, I thought Amin really did wrestle him tough in the beginning. I don't know who's gonna. I don't know how you beat. I don't know how any of these guys beat Mitchell.
I don't either.
You gotta take him. You gotta take him down. You gotta hold him down. You gotta hold him down. It's really hard to do. Terrell Bayer Clobbers, Nick Hamilton, round of 12. That's kind of a shocker. Cam Amin, Braden Scholes, Julian Ramirez, Hunter Garvin.
That one's tough,
dude. I think that's who beat him in the round of 12. No, he beat Cam Amin in the round of 12 last year.
If Julian Ramirez does an AA once again,
oh my god,
legitimately
sad.
Extremely one of the best to have never done it.
Certainly. And then Bo Mantanona, Cam Steed to place. You know, Tyler Meisinger, for whatever reason, big Michigan fan. He's been hyping up this squad. We're going to get top 10. They sit at 10th. They're having a great tournament. Michigan's doing awesome. It could still happen. I written them off throughout the year, but great job by Coach Borman and company. What's that?
They wrote back.
I wrote them off. They wrote back. That's exactly right. Keegan O'Toole, Smash Lennox Wolak, Cade DeVos.
The 515, baby.
Pride of Southeast Polk.
Mm-hmm.
Gets it done. 4-3 over Ruiz. We also said this. See, some things are sort of, I say they're predictable. Maybe you can only say that after it happens. But, we saw the 4C Thompson, the 5C Ruiz. We said that's a pretty vulnerable quarter. I thought it would be Bronigal that emerged. I was nearly right, but also extremely wrong. But it was Cade DeVos who emerged from the 13, makes a semi against Keegan O'Toole, who may not be 100%, but does 84% Keegan O'Toole win this bracket? I don't know, but I think he makes the finals for sure. And then Dean Hamady, Levi Haynes, that's a chalk semi there. Hamady did get taken down by Patrick Kennedy, but it was still, he did enough to win there. And Levi Haynes 7-2 over Wask. Wask's a big, strong guy, hard guy to blow out. As we go to the round of 12, Simon Ruiz, Lenny Pinto. Pinto's on fire, winning 1, 2, 3 in a row on the backside. He's 1 away from placing. Lennox Wolak, Maddie Singleton, ACC battle. Nick Incatrera, Danny Wask, all EIWA match. Actually, not anymore. RIP to that version of the EIWA. And Augustine, Patrick Kennedy. Kennedy in good shape to place here.
Yes, he is.
1-8-4. You got Carter Storaci takes care of business. A major over Jackson Smith. Dustin Plott, 12-5 over Silas Allred. That goes chalk. This whole top side went chalk. 1, 2, 3, 4 semis. Max McAnally gave up the first takedown to Foca, but then kind of took control from there. And of course, Parker Keckeisen is a major decision machine, taking out Edmund Ruth 13-5.
So are our only 1, 2, 3, 4 semis 84-97 heavy.
Interesting. In the round of 12, we are going to have Silas Allred, Dylan Fishback. We're going to have D'Anthony Parker pinned Gabe Arnold, eliminating Gabe. He'll have Jackson Smith in that round of 12. Edmund Ruth, DJ Washington, and I think his name Aiden Brennett. Yes, Aiden Brennett versus Chris Foca, round of 12. So some pretty big favorites, honestly, in those round of 12 matchups. As we go to 197, 1, 2, 3, 4, Cardenas Barr. Barr looked like a monster against Beard. He beat him almost as bad as he beat him in the duel when he was fully healthy.
Didn't need to get super tough for that one.
No, Brian Hazard. Killing it on the mic this weekend. Bart did great. I think it's a coin flip with Cardenas. I'm kind of back at he's right there to win it. Cardenas looks good. I mean, 10-5, but it was Solars of Indiana. That was a surprising 24 seed making it to that quarter. But I don't know. I think Barr is squarely in the conversation to win it.
Yeah, that's a coin flip match. And then the bottom, this is why I think that's a coin flip match. And then we've got Ferrari versus Buchanan. That's why 197 are my semis that I'm most excited for.
It's a coin flip, but on the one side's AJ and the other side's Ferrari. No, I don't know. I mean, frickin', he raises a great question. Do you go under this guy? How do you get out? How do you get out? I would simply just stand up and get his hands and then turn and face.
Now, Buchanan's really good on top. Is there any scenario where you take top and not neutral?
You can't hold me down. That's the quote. AJ will absolutely go under Stephen Buchanan. There's nothing in AJ Ferrari's mind that has him think he can be ridden by anyone.
I don't think he can get turned.
I don't think he can get turned. Just stand up piles. Yeah, literally, just stand up. Get their hands and stand up. There's nothing they can do. No jawline. I don't know what that means.
If AJ gets on top, do we see another roll through tilt attempt headstand?
We hope. We hope. I mean, I'm all for headstands. I don't think we will. It's going to be the real question is, and for all the bluster, Stout did get it on his leg and he split it off and got out of bounds. Yeah, I don't know. Buchanan got the tech here, but lost in that is that he gave up an early takedown that got wiped and then got taken down again.
You said, don't let Seth Shoemake get hot. He started hot.
He got hot.
He was hot there for about 45 seconds.
Yeah, he was super hot.
The takedown that was wiped was so dirty.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I just heard I was interviewing someone.
He went upper body, tossed him, went out of bounds. I thought it was a takedown.
Really? Yeah.
And so I know Ohio State fans were not happy, as they have not been happy with challenges and officials all weekend long.
One thing we know is Coach Ryan's going to take it in stride. No, yeah, that's I'm sure frustrating for them and surprising.
But then he came out and got the next takedown, and you're like, wait, Seth Shoemake actually really is hot. He might actually kind of do this. Mm-hmm. But then Ferrari got an escape, got in a reversal.
Buchanan.
That was it. Sorry, Buchanan.
But yes. Okay. So that's 197 top side. Bottom, Beard versus Novak. Solars versus McDaniel. Dude, how about Cameron McDaniel? Great shot at placing. Huge team point implications.
Riding that big red wave.
Stephen Little, Seth Shoemate, Wyatt Volker, Mac Stout.
Yes.
Sorry, it just says Stout, so I had to think briefly. Which one goes to Pitt? So Max Stout, Wyatt Volker, round of 12.
Hey, shout out to Volker if he battles all the way back after losing first round.
Did he lose first round?
Yes.
I thought it was second round for some reason. Yeah, you're right. Holy cow.
Including a win over Isaiah, because he had Salazar in the very next round.
That's right. There were so many first round wrestleback matches that were insane. Okay. I'm just checking out the comments, see what you guys are saying.
Heavies.
What'd you say? heavy Chevrolets, top 4 seeds. Gable is reaching another level. It just dominated. He's got a pin, a DQ, and a tech. He's got a cornucopia of
Really,
of,
it's
victories.
just Wyatt Kirk. What happens in that match?
It really is. Yeah. What
For the opportunity to face
Owen
Gable
Treffin,
Saturday
just
night.
leave this semifinal healthy. That's the only assignment.
Follow the Slav plan.
Exactly. I mean, listen, yeah. Can Northern Iowa beat Iowa? Yeah, absolutely they can. They're in decent shape. They're only down 4.5. It's possible. You know, they need to. I mean,
you think if Drake falls and if Buchanan falls and Parker beats McAnally,
Happel,
now I will say Downey, now unfortunately for Northern Iowa,
that hurts.
has Kasak in the blood round.
No, he's out.
Oh, he lost?
He lost before then.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah. He lost to let me look here.
He
lost to Jude Swisher.
He did not have a good tournament. Even in the matches he won, I thought he looked super tight. Was barely squeaking by. Downey did not wrestle his best.
So we got 3 pins for the Great American Hero Wyatt Hendrickson. Can he beat Kirkfleet? Feels like, I mean, Greg get the tech, a 4-0 and a 5-0. I think this is going to be it's so different because Wyatt is just not going to be able to steamroll Greg. So it's going to be a full match, right? We think. I don't know. I think he can do it. Greg still might pick, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah. We will see. Consolation side. Who's in the round of 12? Keeter versus Pitzer. Schultz versus Hoffman of Lockhaven. Wow. Gavin Hoffman, shout out. Isaac Trumbull, Nick Feldman. That's a tough round of 12.
That is.
Lucas Luffman, Josh Heinzelman's not easy either. So that is it. That is what happened this morning. That's what a preview of what is going to happen
Here in 3 hours.
in 3 hours from now. It's going to be unbelievable. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And that's all we got. We ready to go?
Let's get out of here.
Bye. Thank you.